Hello there, Pisces. My name's Frankie, and I'm a clairvoyant, clairaudient medium, and an empath. And this reading's going to be for Pisces for October of 2017. The year's almost over. Good gravy. Well, use these for your sun, moon, and rising sign. What I've done here is I pulled 4 cards for the month. We'll use the bottom card on the deck for our overall view, and we'll pull an angel card at the end of the reading to hopefully bring everything together. Now, I don't believe these cards are going to go week by week. I think they'll blend in and out throughout the month, kind of like a theme for us for the month. And because I'm an empath, I have a speech pattern. I speak as if I'm you. So all of us right now, for the time of this reading, everybody who's Pisces is Pisces named Frankie while we do this reading. Now, I'm not an astrologer. Before I say anything, I advise you to look at your moon and your rising sign also, because you'll get a larger or better perspective of the whole entire month. Now, I'm not an astrologer, so I looked up the astrology for us for the month, and it's going to be in our 8th house, and that is estate affairs, tax matters, inheritance, legacies, secrets, partnership, funds, um, sex is in there, your personal resources and your savings, any jointly held money or property comes up in those 8th house issues. Now, Spirit has given us a few words before we start, and they're interesting. Their willingness, creativity, tenderness, education. So maybe some of us Pisces are being educated this month, and beauty, you know. And we have, we got a couple cards, or 3 cards actually, that mean beauty. But our first card here, whoops, I'm picking up the whole deck. Our first card here is the Two of Swords, Pisces. And what this card means to us, that is, I'm guessing we're going to have to use that word willingness to make a decision or a choice. As you can see, the lady in the card is blindfolded, and she has the swords across her chest, and that means that there's decisions or things that we are refusing to look at or to face. So when I see the Two of Swords, the only card I can equate it with is like denial, or the only situation that always pops in my head is like denial of like a marriage, where partnership and everybody thinks that everything is peachy keen, and then we go home and we don't even speak to each other. But for whatever reason, with this Two of Swords card, we are in denial, or we refuse to take off the blindfold and look at the situation willingly, right? And make the choice. The choice has to be made, whatever it is. Now, these are general readings, so it'll fall down in a different area for each one of our lives. You know, if it's a choice about a relationship that's not been going well, then it would be something that if we pull off the blindfold, we would willingly face, you know, and we'd say, look, this isn't working for me, you know. But once I make this choice, this is the deal with the Two of Swords. Once I decide what is good for me, you know, once I decide, once I look at the situation, kind of like the Band-Aid theory, Pisces, you either pull that Band-Aid off one little bit at a time and go, oh, 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 or you just go, ouch, and it's over. When I make this decision, it is a decision, a choice that I have made because it's the right thing for me, and I refuse to be in the dark or to keep the blindfold on any longer. Okay? So once I make it, all paths are cleared. All paths are cleared, like maybe it's a bad job. I hate this job, I hate this job, I hate this job, till you're blue in the face. But it's like, I can't face it because if I don't have another job, right, what am I going to do in this economy? I've got, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? But if I really looked at it, I'd acquired a lot of skills through this irritating job that would suit me way better down the street if I would just go make that one simple step of saying, pull off the blindfold, go make the application, go make it, and then I get that job, the new one. Because all these things I acquired while they were aggravating me, if this was in my career path and I refused because the obstacle, let's say, is my finances, because this is a lot about money too, state taxpayers, um, jointly held money, property, those eighth house issues, maybe if I make that choice and they hire me on the new job the next day. They hired me. I can use my creativity there, right? It's another education process, our word. I learn even more new skills at this new job. I get better money. Even if I got the same money, at least I'm not, you know, making myself crazy every day with the grief. Well, with this card, we do actually usually have obstacles. So let's say the obstacle was financial and this is a bad marriage. Everybody on the outside thinks it's a good, lovely marriage. We go home, we fight like cats and dogs. We don't even speak to each other. One of our friends knocks on the door and everything's quiet. Oh, come on in, sit down, have a drink. Do you want to stay for dinner? You know, do we really want that? No. Pisces, we don't. Sometimes the obstacle could be money, right? If the decision or choice was, I'm going to stop this partnership or even friendship, like maybe I'm tied up in this friendship, and they owe me money, but they're driving me crazy, and they only pay it part of the time, and other times they don't pay it, something like that. If I say I don't want the friendship anymore, maybe they won't pay me at all, but then again, were they really being consistent and paying me back, Or this friend that lent me money is making me crazy. I can't stand to be around them if that was our choice, right? But when we go out together, we both look like we're best friends. Da 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 da, everything's good to go. But I dread picking up the phone when you call. Now, but I owe you money, so I have to keep you as my friend. No. We cut the relationship and pay back the check every month, paying off the loan or whatever it is. And that frees us up to use our energy in better things, more creative paths, maybe a more beautiful or a better relationship once we make that choice. Because we always come out stronger on the other side. We get to be our own person. In the case of the friendship where maybe I owed them money, I broke off the friendship, but unfailingly, I pay back that money every month like my agreement. If it's something like that, if it's a marriage, let's say it's a marriage, and this is partnership funds, right? I'm not going to get a divorce because I don't have enough money to support the house myself. Da, 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 da. And I've been married for 28 years, right? Or whatever. And he's going to owe me alimony, child support anyhow. I just frankly don't want to put up with him any longer, so I'm walking away. Me and the kids are better off raising ourselves, and he has to pay. So I'd stand up for myself in that manner. Sorry, buddy, but you're out of here. You still got to pay the alimony and the child support, whatever. And you're paying the lawyer too, Pisces. There you go. We'll make that decision. We're not going to be wishy-washy. We're going to see clearly what we need to do for ourselves, and we're going to do it so our lives are happy, right? Because our next card here is the Seven of Wands, and this guy's beating everybody up. No, he's courageous, and he's determined, and he can stand up for himself. He doesn't have the blindfold on his mouth in this card. This guy can stand up for himself. He can speak for himself if it comes. He has strength that he didn't even know he had. And he's pulling everything up out of him, right? To stand in his own ground. And if anybody comes up against him, we all know he had the courage and determination, the sheer force of will that he will overcome each and every single obstacle in his path. Because he's determined, he's courageous, and he's willing to speak up for himself. So since we're all different Pisces, if this was in the marriage, I'm willing. I took off the blindfold. I uncrossed those swords. I said, buddy, your history, you're out of here. If it was the job, I took off that blindfold and saw there's another company 2 doors down the street that can use all these skills I acquired because they were giving me 4 other people's jobs on top of my job, and I had to learn all these other things, plus I'm going to make double the money. That word tenderness comes in here with this. Be good to ourselves. Be tender with ourselves, right? Don't waste our energy, our money, our funds, our emotional output, right? On something that is no longer worth our time or our energy. We're Pisces. We're beautiful. We're intuitive. We are dreamy. We're creative people. We can speak up for ourselves. Most of us Pisces are pretty soft-spoken, and we don't want to do this, but never mistake, I always think of that, never mistake a quiet person for someone that isn't strong inside. Because inside of us, we are strong. We are determined. No, we don't want to fight with you. We don't want to have to beat everybody else down with these other 6 rods here with our big old stick. But we can stand up for ourselves if we have to. And I think that's what people mistake about us, right? So with these 2 cards, if someone's imposing on us this month, out of here. Out of here. Get to the side. I got things I got to do, right? Because we're really determined this month, Pisces, and which is kind of odd for us, to be that determined. So, being as this 7 of Rods character here, he pulls hidden strengths, right? He pulls forward those hidden strengths and assets he didn't even know he had. So there's, if there's anything we need to do, like looking into our talents, rediscover them. He pulls back things that he forgot he even had. Determination he forgot he even had. So assets, talents, they're just saying this is in money, so conserve that, conserve our strength and money, use that energy to fight the battles that we know, right, that the one that we're in denial about. When we take off these blinders, make sure our efforts are worth it. So if it being in the money thing, if we had to wait a while before we said we're doing this split, we'd be clearing up our debts or anything that was around this before we walked away. Making sure our I's are dotted and our T's are crossed, balancing out all the accounts, knowing where I stand when I step up and make this decision or choice. Do I have to keep that old job for this month? So I make sure the rent is paid for next month, So, because I have to wait 2 weeks to get the next paycheck, from the new job. Those kind of things will benefit us, and that pulling up those hidden strengths, it's like re-educating my own self. Some of us may be getting re-educated, or finishing education too with these two things, and maybe with this our parents want us to do one thing, right? But we got something more out of our education, and this seven of rods there is there because we want to take this a step further and go into a different area of that career path. Maybe it causes a little, friction or whatever for a while, because this is something we're going to do. Our next card here is the Knight of Cups, and this is an excellent card. He has wings on his head. That means he is a messenger, and he brings a good message, right? He's bringing us a good message with an emotional undertone. So if it's a person, he can be male or female, someone coming and bringing me this message, because these are general readings. But if he's a person, it can be Scorpio. My brain just said what? Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. We've showed up in our own reading. That's what I was trying to spit out at us, Pisces. We've shown up in our own reading. But he brings good message, a message we're waiting for. That's what he says. We've been waiting and waiting and waiting for the message. Maybe it's a marriage proposal, right? Or maybe we just break off of this marriage and we meet within the next couple of weeks, the love of our life. Oh my God, look at this, But it's a beautiful message, our word, beautiful. He could bring a marriage proposal. He could bring a new creative endeavor, a situation, right, that I am really wanting. He carries the message that I have it. I am bound and determined. I am so emotionally involved with this investment or whatever, this course of action. He's telling me that it's coming, it's here. So he could be the marriage proposal, he could be the new engagement ring, he could be the new job. What I'm waiting to hear when the Knight of Cups shows up, I will hear. And it's good message. And if he was a friend, maybe it's a new friend because I dumped the old friend I'm paying back all the money to, let's say. If he was a friend, he would go out of his way, he or she, go out of their way to help me, even if they weren't a love interest. They would love me, they would do anything within their power to help me, they would be good to me. The Knight of Cups is tender, sweet, beautiful energy, and more than willing, our word willingness, more than willing to help us. And he's bringing us this good message. If we're waiting for that partner, if we're trying to make a decision between two guys or whatever, or two girls, and we pull off the blinders and see this other dude's not right for us, this Knight of Cups steps in and gives us what we want. The Knight of Cups can bring the message, come in for your interview. We got the job, right? We got the job. We got the Ace of Swords. Nice big heart around this ace. This is a new start, fresh new beginning that I got or brought into being through the dint of my own will. This is using everything in the mental realm, because it's a sword card, so it's air sign. I'm using everything in the mental realm in order to bring it into the physical plane. New beginning, fresh start, new birth, start of a new enterprise, right? Could be a birth of a child. We have another card here that could support that. a new marriage proposal, a new way of life through my hard work and my overcoming of all the obstacles, right? My speaking up for myself, my making the choices that are right for me. I get the beginning. I get the fresh start. I get the winged messenger with that Knight of Cups bringing me the message I've been waiting to hear, you know? So don't waste the energies. Don't waste them, Pisces. It's an excellent month for us. I'm going to tell you what I told all the signs. Don't know why October feels rocky. It feels like you go up the hill and you get to the top and you say, I got it, and then something comes and smacks you and you roll down the bottom of the hill. But with this month, with this energy, dust yourself off, pick yourself up, and walk up the next hill, because each little rocky spot where you get scared, it comes out better. Use your creativity for that. You know, keep yourself in that flow with the beautiful things and be sweet and kind to yourself. As sweet and kind as we are to others, be tender with ourselves. That's what they're saying. That's a big, big thing. And because of the secrets and stuff, they're saying for us not to, like, be really possessive or too secretive. That could cause, because of the 8th house thing, could cause us a big old mess this month. So, like, jealousy and resentments we may hold can cause us a lot of aggravation. And with all of this good coming, take it. Our next card is the Lover's card. Major Arcana, just like excellent. This is harmony. This can be a relationship, as in, you know, a new marriage partnership, or a marriage partnership that was on rocky territory here, that we finally spoke up and took off the blinders and said, this is what I need. And our partner's light bulbs came on and we got the things that we needed, the message we wanted, the good news, because we were emotionally invested in it. If it's the new job, right? The Lovers brings it together. The Lovers is the card, doesn't have to be romantic. This is where two or more come together in agreement to maybe just short term to produce an outcome. But everybody's on the same page with the Lover's card. Everybody's working in unison to get that good message, that Knight of Cups. You know, this is with this card, to me, when I hold it, it means all things in balance and the people coming together that are going to serve and benefit me, you know, benefit me long term. Can be friendships, it can be partnerships, can be my partnership with my new employer. But we're coming together to create this job, this position that's going to benefit me if I make these choices. So all of this, you know, this could be bringing together the relationship with the Ace of Swords here for the new baby. You know, like, we got married and all of a sudden I find out I'm pregnant. Woo, you know, and you know what to do if it's not woo-hoo. This could be fresh, maybe if I'm in school even. All of a sudden I decide I want to add this course and not take that course or something, I don't know, along that line, because I changed my idea, that little example of how I wanted to use the skills I was training for in a better way that's more suitable to my particular type of creativity or what I want to do in the world. So it's all like really exciting month. they're telling us clear up, clear up anything that's messy in our life. Make the decision and choice. We have capacity to speak up for ourselves. If our job or career isn't benefiting us and we deserve a raise, we have the reasons, the facts, the reasons why we deserve this or whatever. This is interesting, Pisces. Get it together. Don't let people impose on us. And that's for sure. We don't want to make things like with the secrets so weird or whatever that it arouses jealousy, resentment, or, those kind of things, because it's an excellent month for us if we play it right here. And our card is innocence. All that fresh start, new beginning, this card feels like it, like redo it, Pisces. Let's redo it. Let's make it better. Let's make it more exciting. Let's be able to use even more of our creativity, on a path that serves us first. Kind of like benefiting us, not holding us back. We've had to fight to get through all these obstacles. It's excellent. It says, Beloved one, everyone is guiltless in truth, and no one can alter God's handiwork of perfection. Give us your feelings of heaviness so we can lighten your load. Give us any guilt, anger, or blame that may shroud your loving outlook. Enjoy peace within your heart once more. And all it takes is this blindfold off. It's all it takes. The blindfold off. Kind of really cool, Pisces. This is an excellent month for us. And like I said, there's going to be a little bit of rock and roll in here, but, nothing we can't make through because we have that Knight of Cups. We were capable of defending ourselves. We have the Ace of Swords. We have other people with the Lover's card that'll come in and help us, So it's all good, Pisces, if we make the decision. It says this card comes as a reassurance that this situation and the people involved are guiltless. If you've been harboring guilt, release it to the angels of all the emotions. Guilt has the lowest vibration, so it attracts negativity. If you're judging others' guilt, then this card reminds you to see the godliness within them and to heal the situation. You don't necessarily have to continue a relationship with anyone you distrust. However, it's necessary to purge toxic thoughts and emotions for your own well-being and be willingness to purge them. The angels ask that you consider that any misunderstandings or innocent mistakes, and the additional meanings are see the other's point of view, forgive yourself and release regrets. An argument you have may be based on a misunderstanding. Honor the inner child within yourself and others and look past surface illusions and see the underlying spiritual truth of perfection and divine order. I think that kind of goes with this whole thing, because at the end, that decision and being able to speak up for ourselves brings all these wonderful things. So be tender with ourselves. We are a creation of the source, therefore we are beauty. We deserve as much tenderness and love and caring as we have given to others. Right, Pisces? Well, that's our reading for October, and I want to tell y'all thank you for your likes, shares, and subscribes, and for all of your comments. I read each and every one, and I really appreciate it. I don't get a lot of time to write you back, but I have to tell you, I read every one, and I appreciate it. And it used to be I went like this, all the information. If you want to know more about me, you can go find out on the website, and all the information's in the About section. And there's going to be a little thing up here with a picture of me, and you can either turn me off or push it, and it sends you to the website. This is what I've been told. So if anybody wants to set an appointment with me, all of the information will be there at the website to do that. And all of you I've met through doing these YouTube videos, and everybody I've met through 28 years of doing this work. I want to tell you all, it's an honor and a privilege to serve you. I have had a really good job. Trust me. Hopefully I'll see you back here next month. Bye-bye.